What's going on, everybody? Centopani here for IFBB AMA. Thank you for joining us. If you guys haven't already done so, I would highly suggest you subscribe. And as always, comment below with what you like, what you don't like. Maybe there's some stuff you want to see. Don't be shy. Let us know. We've got podcasts with Chris Tuttle, Juji Mufu, and Antoine Vaillant. There's so much great content, especially from crazy-ass Lee Priest. He never disappoints. Frank McGrath, the list goes on. So much great stuff brought to you by IFBB AMA. Something I wanted to go over today. I was recently at a seminar, and one of the questions that was asked is, how do you know you're ready to compete? And I thought, geez, that is a really good question. It's something that probably a lot of people think about, and probably there's a lot of different opinions on the subject. I thought I'd throw my 2 cents in the ring just for the hell of it. So for me, when I really think about it, I think it comes down to 2 things. Being ready to compete is a factor of, number 1, what is your goal? And number 2, kind of your personality, right? More specifically, how it is you see yourself. So starting with goals, right? I mean, some people, you could be somebody who was really, really overweight. You say, you know something, I have a goal of getting on stage. I've lost 100 pounds. I want to show the world my progress. And I want to prove to myself that I can, in fact, get on stage. Now, in this case, a person may not have aspirations of winning the show or winning their class or winning anything at all, let alone, advancing to, turn pro or something of that nature. And it's all good, right? Some people may be at a point where they want to test the waters. They just want to see where they're at. And they need a goal being getting on stage. It's one thing to diet just to get in shape. Okay, it's summertime. I want to get in the best shape possible. It's a whole other thing when you've got a contest coming. You've got that gravity where you know that in a matter of weeks, you're going to be on stage, essentially in your underwear in front of an audience. And if you don't get in proper shape, you're going to look like a fucking idiot. So getting on stage has a certain amount of gravity to it. So for some people, they want to use that as the goal, because otherwise they know they're not gonna do it. Some people have really, really lofty aspirations. They want to go to win. They want to go on, compete at a higher level. They want to maybe be a pro. They want to freaking make a career out of it. So when you're going to get on stage, it has a lot to do with what your goal is. But beyond that, it has a lot to do with how you see yourself. Now, the sport of bodybuilding has a lot of delusional people. There's people who, and this swings both ways. There's people who look in the mirror. They look like Pee Wee Herman, but they look in the mirror and they see Ronnie Coleman. And then there's other people who they're on their way to being a maybe not Ronnie Coleman, but you know what I'm saying. They're big, they're jacked. They've got incredible genetics, they've got all the tools, but they don't see it in themselves. And you've got these 2 extremes in the sport of bodybuilding. And believe me when I tell you, both are, I don't know if they're equally represented, but they're definitely represented. If I could impress one point upon anybody out there, it's go out there. Look, you're going to do the best you can, right? You want to be a big, bad motherfucker? Wonderful. Train for that. Diet to be the best you can. Try to get peeled, right? Go to that show aiming to get on stage to look great. But that's it, man. Don't have all these other, preconceived notions. You gotta turn pro and go to the nationals and turn pro and get contracts and this, that, and the other thing. Just, I think, take things one step at a time. So how do you know when you're ready? If it's your first time, like I said, it depends on your goal and it depends on how you see yourself. I always felt like it's a very personal decision to get on stage at all. Good luck to everybody. Don't be one of those guys who looks like Pee Wee Herman, but you look in the mirror and you see Ronnie Coleman. Try to be honest. with yourself. I think when you can go to a show and, you know, sit in that toward the front row and get an honest look at the guys competing and say to yourself, okay, you know, I think I can hang with these guys, maybe then it's time. But then again, it all depends on how realistic you are and how you see yourself. So guys, as always, thank you for watching. Anything you want to see, comment below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm out.